white people who voted for Trump, you see that they're starting to deport US citizens, right? But it doesn't say Americans. That's the difference when you guys talk about being American, but you guys are actually not American. And this is the wake up call that we've been trying to tell you guys. You guys are not like us. And so Trump letting it be known that Caucasians are not from America. We're going to realize that you guys are native in no land, and that your origin is unclean, and that your history is really unknown because you don't have any history. And everything that you did was forced into existence into our homeworld, and that's about it. For white privilege is over. The truth is out. Majority of you are clones, given false identity, right? And everything that you acquired was taken from those that were organic or those that you are copies of. You're then going to realize that the president is not the most powerful power in America. And I was telling people this before, that there's a black nobility that runs the world in the shadows, that calls the shots, that are higher up than Trump. Trump is just a figurehead. Whoever is feeding him this information to then go out and do just that, and especially knowing that Trump is a white man pushing all of this agenda for the black community at this moment, should paint a picture as to what's going on. And so the stories that you guys came across ships to Ellis Island from Europe looking for a new world, all of that is fabricated. And that the hate you harbor for black people is really just a realization that you are a copy of black people. And this is why you don't share the spiritual divinity that black people have, because on paper, while you're classified as human beings, which is a hybrid God / human / animal that is a mix of genes. And so the reason why the true Americans, by the definitions, are gods of this land, because they have the native bloods of this land. Therefore, you can't deport gods. But you know who can get deported? You guys who lied and said that you were American, and lied and said that you got over here because your ancestors were always over here. But when we started learning about the orphan trains and the truth of the Holocaust, we realized that you guys were really created by us. And so now that we know where you come from, now you have to go back to where you came from, which is from nowhere. But it ain't gonna be here. When the Spanish were getting deported, there was a lot of white folks talking about how it was good to get rid of those who weren't American. And the whole time, those that were getting unjustly moved were Americans. Now, when the truth is out and the shoe is on the other foot, and now you guys are on the outside looking in, you don't like being in that position. Now you want mercy from those who could speak up for you, but none of you spoke up for us or spoke up for the Spanish. And so you're going to be looking for sympathy from the gods to be able to save you from yourselves, because all we ever asked of you was a little bit of empathy and sympathy. And all you ever gave us was your ass to kiss and our money to steal and the history to lie about. So now when it's a full 180, and we realize that now your history is all a lie, and that all the riches that you have acquired has been from the stealing or the death of someone prior. And so you guys are going to come in terms with the harsh reality that your great-great-grandparents are clones of black people. Why do you think that Trump is trying to get rid of born citizenship in America? Trump knows, and the black nobility who's behind Trump knows, that the Americans are the originals of this land. So all the original natives whose blood has always been here, right, are automatically citizenship. Technically, they don't need citizenship to prove it because their hair and their copper skin is a great identifier of an American, which is the definition. But you see everyone else